All right, now I'm on the top of page 293 in your Go Math textbook. If you don't have it out, if you're not on page 293, pause the video now. Go ahead and get to where you need to be and then start the video again. All right, these first examples, very, very similar to what we were doing yesterday. Okay, simply combining like terms. So write an equivalent expression by combining like terms. So essentially all we're doing here, since they both have the same variable and the same exponent, we can simply do 3.7 minus 1.5. And we get 2.2, and then just attach our variable to the end. So 2.2 times r would be our new expression. Here we have three terms. Two of the terms have the same variable and the same exponent, so we can combine these. So essentially what I'm doing, since it's an addition, I'm simply adding the 20 and the 16 and then keeping that a attached. And then I also have to keep the 18 though, because I didn't combine it with anything, so it's still part of my expression. So our new expression, 36a plus 18. Okay, number 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Remember, terms are separated by addition or subtraction signs. So I have 4 terms. 7s and 10s both have the same variable and the same exponent, so I can combine these two. 10 plus 7 is 17, keep the s, plus, and then this term and this term, 8t plus 12t, they both have the same variable and the same exponent, so I can combine these two as well. 8 plus 12 is 20, and then keep the t. Okay. All right, now use the distributive property to write an equivalent expression. Now, when it's written this way, where they already gave you the parentheses, this is going to be a little easier. You're just distributing the 8 times the h and the 8 times the 1.5, and make sure you include the addition sign in between. So 8 times h is simply 8h. And then you do 8 times 1.5. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. Move my decimal over 1 because there's one number behind the decimal here and no numbers behind the decimal here, so I have to move my decimal over 1. Becomes just 12. Okay. So 8 times 8 is 8h, plus 8 times 1.5 is 12. Now if you put 12.0, that's fine too. Those have the same value, but you can just simply put 12. All right, number 5 is another one of those where they don't give you the parentheses. So on this, when you have a problem like this without the parentheses, you need to change it to look like this, meaning you're going to need parentheses. So what can you factor out of these two terms? So we have 4 and 4 as the coefficients. So we find the factors, and they have the same factors. You can do 1 times 4, you can do 2 times 2. The biggest one they have in common is 4, so I'm going to factor out the 4, and so that number goes on the outside of the parentheses. And then what do I need to multiply the 4 by? I need to multiply it by the m and the p. Now, if you use the 2, if you factor out the 2, that would work too. You would just take out the 2, and then you need to multiply it by 2m plus 2p. Because now you're going to get 4m plus 4p. You get back to your original expression. So all 3 of these would be equivalent expressions. All right, let's look at 6. Again, there's no parentheses, so we're going to need to have a problem with parentheses. We're going to be adding, because they have adding here. I take out the two coefficients, 3 and 9. I find the factors. Okay. Greatest common factor, that's the number that goes on the outside. And then I look, what do I have to multiply 3 by to get 3a? Well, 3 times a is 3a. What do I have to multiply 3 by to get 9b? Well, to get 9, I have to do 3 times 3, and then I just plug in that b behind. So 3, and then in parentheses, a plus 3b. It's written a little nicer there. See it a little more clearly. So again, 4 and 6, in my opinion, are definitely the more challenging ones. But 5 is a little different too compared to what we were doing yesterday. But 1, 2, and 3, identical to what we were doing yesterday. Okay. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.